If you're a business owner, investor, or medical professional trying to make sense of the commercial real estate market in 2026, this video is for you. I'm Andy Ordonez with Phelps & Frias Commercial here in Houston, Texas, and instead of headlines or speculation, I'm going to break down what we're actually seeing on the ground by asset class, what's moving, what's not, and where the smart capital is quietly going. Welcome to the state of the commercial real estate market. And let's begin with retail. This is what we're seeing. Retail has been the most resilient asset class as of recently. New construction is extremely limited and vacancy is historically low in quality centers. A lot of that has to do with the simple fact that in 2020, a lot of construction halted, right? So inventory hasn't really been oversupplied at the moment, right? There's strong demand for quick service restaurant, QSR, such as Starbucks, for example. You see one in every corner, Chick-fil-A as well, right? And also a strong demand for medical retail. Now, as far as Houston, Texas in particular, neighborhood and grocery anchored centers, such as the ones that have HEB, really outperform and shine, okay? And small bay retail is where rent growth lives as well. The smaller retail centers, about 5,000 to 7,000 square feet. That tends to be most common at the moment. Landlords have leverage, but the smart ones are flexible. They do understand the importance of having great tenants in their center, and those tenants really value having great co-tenants, who is to the left of them and who is to the right of them. The bottom line is retail has never overbuilt, and that's why it's winning right now. Now let's get into office. This is the reality. Office is not just one market. There's multiple different submarkets within the office sector. Commodity office is struggling. Practically anything from 20, 30 years ago, the offices that had cubicles inch by inch by inch, those are the ones that are really, they're not being occupied at the moment. The fact is that there's also medical office, and medical office is not your traditional or commodity office. And medical office is in demand because it's owner occupied and it's specialty work, right? You have to think about this. You're a dermatologist, right? You have your plastic surgeons, right? You have to physically go to them, and those particular office spaces are in demand, where they're well located, right? Where they're near epicenters of commerce, and where at the end of the day, the customer has to go to their professional. So the bottom line is this: office isn't dead, bad and boring office is. And we slightly touched on medical through office, but medical is a sector all on its own. And here at Phelps & Frias Commercial, for the last 18 years, we have specialized working with medical professionals and doctors on finding lease space, office space, purchasing their own buildings, and purchasing their own retail centers. So, we've done over 1,000 transactions with 1,000 different medical professionals over the last 18 years. We have a lot of experience in this field. One thing that sometimes doesn't click until you actually hear this and know this is that in the age of AI, in the age of automation, in the age of we want everything to come to us, at the age of Amazon, the truth is that there's really two AI-proof industries, okay? And my mentor taught me this. One of them is the restaurant industry, and the other is the medical industry. Think about it. You have to physically go to the dentist or take your pup to the veterinarian, and you have to physically go eat at a restaurant with your partner, right? There's major value in these industries because AI has not and will not replace them for the foreseeable future. And they are booming and will continue to boom because they follow the housing market, and houses will continue to be built through master plan communities, okay? So just want to emphasize on medical being so strong there. This is what is working. Medical office and medical retail, okay? That's definitely working. And doctors don't shut down their offices because interest rates go up. Like I said, there's always a demand for your medical professionals. There's always a demand for restaurants, okay? And demand is really tied to population growth and demographics like I described earlier. And this is what you're seeing in Houston in particular, okay? Medical practitioners, medical professionals, the ones that we work with, they really prefer the following: visibility, parking, and ease of access. So even Class A towers are really not in demand too much. It's more so those smaller retail centers. So owner users are active, okay, and they are cautious at the same time. Medical real estate behaves more like infrastructure than speculation. It's expected to continue to grow. Now let's slightly talk about interest rates. In May of 2026, there will be a new Federal Reserve chairman, and that is conducive to interest rates coming down. Donald Trump will be putting in their particular person, and it's incredibly likely that interest rates will be coming down a couple times next year. What does that mean for the commercial real estate market? Well, it's practically the fact that risk assets such as real estate, such as stocks, will only increase in value because the cost of borrowing money is cheaper. And more of it will flow to commercial property. And this is a good thing for the commercial real estate market, where money's been a little bit tighter as of recently. Okay? So what are smart investors doing right now? The answer is simple. They're buying quality assets at reset pricing, they're favoring cash flow over appreciation, and they're structuring deals conservatively. Okay? They're playing offense quietly while others wait for those interest rates to come down. This is a market for professionals and not tourists or hobbyists. So it's incredibly important to have the right commercial real estate advisor and expert by your side. And if you find this information helpful and you are a business owner, a doctor, or a professional looking to get involved in your first commercial property, whether that is to lease or to purchase, give me a call or send me a message directly through any social media platform. You'll find me through Andy A. Ordonez. I look forward to being of service.